welcome to my last installation of the series I have done on YouTube, where I build my level entry for the Jam Attack CC5 Jam Gauntlet. As I said, this is the last episode in my multi-episode series where I built this level, and it's coming to a close today. You're watching the last episode, the last final hours of me building this level. I've learned so much, and I cannot wait for my next project, which would be a magnum opus for me. But for now, let's not focus on that, and instead, let's go on and fix some of the things, such as this first part. Looking back at this now, it looks very jank. Everything is so unoptimized, and it doesn't even look that good for it to be unoptimized. It's very jank. As I said, it's very grainy, and it just overall doesn't look very good. There's a lot of visual bugs and glitches. Here are just a few, here are just two to point out. One of them is very grainy, as you can see. The other one has like a few misplaced tiles, or missing tiles even. And, well, I fixed it by just either completely reworking the design, making it look more clean and better, and or deleting the whole entire second half of this part. And I would say deleting this whole entire second half of this part is a game changer, because now it looks 1,000 times better. And why not, let's cut to the after drop part, the part after the drop. Just want to say first that I know the camera is going to a trip to Europe, but I don't really care. The gameplay is pretty good, the visuals are pretty good for my standards, so, the camera is that last thing I should be worrying about. This part is simple yet effective, like none of my other decoration. Oh hey, look at this elevator section. Can we get a replay on that? That looked very smooth. Just a replay. Yes, please. Anyways, here is a more exact, detailed look at how I built this. I added a base layer of bricks and wood on top, then some shading and details to that, then the foreground, which is this part you see right now, and then afterwards, spikes, and then last but not least, after all of that, some vines and more shading. All in all, this block design looks very good, it's very effective, and I really enjoyed, building it. It's not that hard to build, but it's not that simple either. Here is the second block design for this part. It's also pretty simple and effective. Here is how I made the 3D effect. It's actually quite simple. Select any object without a hitbox that you want to be the front-facing side. You want that side to be facing the player. Then just copy and paste that shape. Make sure it does not have a hitbox, because it won't warp. And number two, if it does, it'll be very weird and stretched. Your icon would be very glitched when stepping on it. Warp it to the 3D shape of your liking. For me, I would like it to be a right side perspective, where you could see the right side of the cube, the top of the cube, and the front of the cube. You can also make it a forward-facing perspective, a left-side-facing perspective. It's all about perspective. It's pretty simple. Mostly, it will be with 3 sides, so just worry about that. If it's from a top-down view, maybe 4 or 5 sides, but that's besides the point. This is the simplest it could be. And it doesn't even take that much objects. One grid, one of these blocks is only 8 to 12 objects, which is not that bad at all. What's after the elevator cutscene, you might ask? another mining section, but it kind of has a gimmick where it's half mining related, half storage related. I just wanted to add a lot of these gems into this place to somehow connect it into the workshop where the player is going to end the level. You can see towards the end of this part that I'm adding some more boxes, storage, shelving units, etc. But there's one thing I want to talk about. Zooming in on this minecart, you can see mylamines.co, which is canonically, the mining company that produces gems. I will say, though, it's not my best work. Not the worst at all. But let's just move on to the next part. The last part of the level. Here's the layout for it. As you come out of this pipe, you are back in 1x speed, weaving through a bunch of shelving units, and then kind of choosing your way in the first part of the shelving unit, getting launched into a minecart, riding that minecart, and then ending the level. This is the last part of the level. Here is the end screen if any of you guys are wondering. But yeah, this is the end of a year-long journey. Before we finish this level, actually, for real, finishing the decoration and so forth, polishing up some parts of the level, I kind of want to reflect. Reflect on this 1-year journey that has pretty much come to a close as of this video. And we've been through ugly, we've been through pretty, we've been through tough, we've been through easy. But nothing can take away the learning curve and the amount of fun I had building this level. I don't know if I will get featured in the finale for the Jam Attack CC5 Jam Gauntlet decision thing. I don't know. I don't. But it doesn't really matter for me if I get featured in that video or get a rate on this level or not. Because I still learned stuff that if it wasn't for this experience, this CC5, I would have never knew how to do. Decorating, optimizing, things that without this learning curve, without this level, I would have never knew how to do. So yeah, even Jam Attack agreed with me on this on one of my shorts, which I said basically what I just said. And, well, I hope I get featured. I hope I get a rate on this level. But it's not something I can decide. It's something that I would like, but it's not my top priority. At the end of the day, this is a game. You should have fun. You should have fun building. You should have fun doing whatever. But, you know, it's just a game. But for now, let's finish this level once and for all in a montage. I've never done this before, so I hope this is good. And then we're gonna have an edit after this. An edit that sums up all my experience. Let's go. with that, the last part of this level is done. Let's have a closer look at the part we just built. As you come out of the pipe, you are reintroduced to many different assets that were used in past parts, such as the constellations, the area fade arrows in the first part, and many others. Maybe you would be able to point them out. Anyways, this level is done, or close to done. I have a few things I probably should mention that I will do, but thank you everyone for tuning in to this amazing journey of mine. Thank you everyone for the support, and especially thank you to all my subscribers. Here is a final review of this level. Thank you, everyone, for viewing, subscribing, liking, commenting on my videos. This journey was amazing, and I can't wait for the next one to begin. Anyways, here are some facts that you might want to hear. Clocking in at a total playtime of 55 hours of building. The level is 2 minutes and 34 seconds long exactly, and uses 93,000 objects to build, 800 to 1600 of which are low detail mode, which means if you select low detail mode, it will toggle off these objects. And last but not least, thank you to these people. Thank you to Mask K18, who helped give me some ideas, tips, tricks, and balancing tips. Thank you to G-409 for playtesting and giving tips and suggestions to the level. AR Gaming, who also playtested my level and gave me a few suggestions. And all my commenters and subscribers, such as Game Man 1 and many others. Thank you everyone for watching this amazing series, and I hope I see you guys in my next one. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.